Man faces charges for pointing finger gun at neighbors during an argument. That and more coming up. Now cue the dancing nerd now. Alright, let's get into it. Welcome to Giant News. I'm the Giant. Oh yeah. So the first story is coming out of China. Seems like a lot of weird stories come out of China. Now a 7-year-old girl allegedly reaches puberty by sleeping with the lights on for years. What kind of light is that? You know what I mean? That light is growing hair or something. Anyway, into the story here. Into the story. Chinese media recently reported the unusual case of a girl who reached puberty at age 7, presumably because of sleeping with the lights on every night for the last 3 years. See, I'm balding on top a little bit. I wonder if I sleep with the lights on for like 3 or 4 years, I would get hair back. Anyway, at age 7, Dan Dan, it's a pseudonym, is already 1.20 meters tall, towering over most girls her age. When she first started growing, her mother was delighted and didn't even stop to wonder why the girl had grown by about 10 centimeters in a single year. Wait a minute, I used to sleep with lights on. I'm 7 feet. Maybe that's what it is. Wow, okay. It wasn't until one day when she was giving Dan Dan a bath and she noticed that she had developed breasts that the woman realized something was wrong. Okay, so maybe that's not how I grew tall because I didn't grow any breasts. My goodness. She took the 7-year-old girl to the hospital and was shocked to learn that her daughter had reached puberty at least 3 years earlier than usual. Zing Zang News reports that during the checkup, doctors noticed that Dan Dan had the bone structure of a 10-year-old and that her ovaries had started to grow. She had reached puberty, and despite her staggering growth over the last year or so, it was unlikely that the girl would ever be taller than 1.50 meters. She's growing. Well, I guess it's kind of odd because the Chinese are like shorter people. I mean, that's just the truth, with the exception of Yao Ming and some other people. But, I could understand baffled. Yeah, anyway. Dan Dan's mother couldn't believe what she was hearing, so she asked the doctors what the reason for the early onset of puberty could be. She told them that her daughter wasn't allowed to eat fried food, supplements, or soft drinks, and that she couldn't understand what had caused the hormonal changes. Doctors didn't have too many clues either, but while asking Dan Dan's mother about her lifestyle, they learned that the 7-year-old girl had been sleeping with the lights on every night for the last 3 years. Her parents wanted her to be more independent, but she was afraid of the dark. I was afraid of the dark too. So she was allowed to sleep with the light on. Apparently, melatonin production in children is highest at night, but light disrupts the body's production of the hormone and sometimes even suppresses it. Wow. Well, wait, a lot of kids sleep with night light. I don't see them rush to puberty because of it. Maybe it's the brightness, or I don't know. After analyzing the possibilities, doctors told Dan Dan's parents that there was a high chance that all those years of sleeping with the lights on could have triggered puberty much earlier than normal. That's kind of weird. Studies have shown that excessive melatonin is linked to a drop in sexual maturity and that light can inhibit the production of the hormone. Chinese media report that doctors missed the crucial window, and whatever drugs they administer now, they would have little to no effect on the girl. Okay, I'm confused. All I know is this little girl reached puberty early. But then that's happened to some girls, don't it? I mean, I'm not around too many little girls, so I don't know. I've never paid attention to that kind of stuff. But anyway, on to our next story. And this is the donkey of the day, I would call this dude. Man uses cheese grater to remove tattoo a week after getting it done. Let's see where this man is from. Oh, an Argentina man desperate to have his tattoo removed just a week after having it done used a cheese grater to scratch it off, even if it meant letting go of some of his skin in the process. Dude, what the hell? What the hell was this tattoo anyway? I guess we're gonna have to read on to find out, but I mean, that's some serious desperation, you know. For those of you who get girls' names tattooed on them, think about that there. Especially if you live in a poor country or in a poor area, because Argentina is not exactly a poor country, but in a poor area, you can have your tattoo removed. That's probably expensive. Okay, the 21-year-old man who preferred to remain anonymous, of course, because that's the most idiotic thing to do, opted for the unusual and most likely painful tattoo removal method 2 years ago. But a video and pictures of his arm before and after only just went viral after one of his friends decided to post them online. A resident of the Argentinian city of Mendoza, the protagonist the protagonist of the viral video was located by local media reporters and was happy to share his motivation for using a cheese grater to remove the fresh tattoo he had done on his wrist. And this is him talking. He could speak. I had the tattoo done, and a week later I wanted to join the airport police. Oh, although among the requirements on the website is not mentioned, I was told that I could not work there with visible tattoos. The unnamed man said. This happened in August of 2017. I was 19 years old at the time. The other reason I did that to myself was aesthetic. I am very keen on details, and I did not really like how the tattoo was left. Didn't you know? Could you tell me why he was getting it something wrong? Well, stop! God, I searched on YouTube for ways to remove it. Firstly, I tried with a pumice stone. Oh my God. It was scrubbing for hours before you realized it had happened, but it did not work. Then I continued with the grater. It hurt and bled a lot. I had to bandage it a lot and apply disinfectant. A week later, I went to the hospital and I had a tetanus vaccination. Ugh, you know how horrible tetanus vaccination is? Man, I would have given up my dream to join the airport police right there. It hurt and bled a lot. I had to bandage it a lot and apply disinfectant, the man added, saying that he regretted the decision at first and would not recommend the method to anyone. You think? Jeez, dude. In that moment, I regretted it, of course I did, but when I saw it had gone a lot, I did not worry more. But I would not recommend it to anybody. This is repeating itself. Tattoo artists around the world have been commenting on the viral cheese grater removal method, and the general consensus is that you are much better off sticking to the tried and true laser removal. It's not exactly painless either, but at least it wouldn't leave a bad scar or even worse, a crater-like wound. It's possible to have a mark your whole life. Doing it like this is worse because it gets stuck to the skin, tattoo shop owner Diego Staropoli said. It was removed because the tattoo artist was and it's the S word, S-H-I. A well-done tattoo is not easily removed. You end up with a kind of crater, another person commented. Dude, you grated a tattoo off your hand. See, I don't have any tattoos, none, nothing. Because I know it's for permanent, it's there forever and ever and ever. There's no reason for me to have tattoos, no piercings neither. I'm just naturally beautiful. Okay, on to our main story here. Man faces charges for pointing finger gun at neighbor during argument. Okay, this the bizarre incident took place back in June 2018. According to surveillance footage, 64-year-old Stephen Krishna was walking with his girlfriend on the street in Marlin Township, Pennsylvania. Wow. Now, he's older than me and doing better than me. He's walking with his girlfriend. Yeah. You know what I mean? The woman reportedly had a no contact order against one of her neighbors. And when the couple walked by the neighbor's residence, Krishna stopped, turned around, formed a finger gun with his thumb and forefinger, pointed it at the neighbor, and pulled the imaginary trigger. Little did he know that the gesture would lead to a year-long litigation. The 64-year-old's finger gun was apparently so disturbing, the bystanders in the area, some of them actually called the police about it. They called the police about a gun finger. Wow. You know what I mean? To make matters worse, the neighbor pointed his finger gun at later told police that he had felt extremely threatened by the gesture. Actually, the guy who got the finger gun pointed at him told the police that. Kessler himself admitted that he knew his gesture would only inflame tensions, but he later learned that it was actually a crime. That's a crime, dude. You got people walking around. Listen, where I work in a grocery store, and people would trot on in there with a gun in their holster. I've seen guys like Wild Wild West style come in that place, but he's gonna get in trouble for finger gun. So Kishner continued, I'm 64 years old, never had heard of anything, never had anything, not even a traffic ticket. Stephen Kessler told reporters, adding that he was only sticking up for his girlfriend and that his gesture was a response to the neighbor showing them the middle finger with both hands. Oh, old people fighting up a thing, boy, you know. The bar was now being lowered for what constitutes disorderly conduct, Kishner's girlfriend, Elaine Keno, added. Man, they already use that disorderly conduct thing for everything. You just say something untoward to a policeman. Disorderly conduct, click, click. You know, everything is disorderly conduct. And he pointed his finger out like he was going to shoot somebody. So I went and called the cops because you just don't know nowadays. The person who noticed Kessler's finger gun pointing at his girlfriend's neighbor and later called the police. Called the police now, and he said, last year, County Judge Howard F. Kinsley found that Kishner Act wasn't harmless, arguing that it created a hazardous condition. Kishner faces disorderly conduct charges and appealed to the Pennsylvania Superior Court, where the original ruling was recently upheld. Oh yeah, he's going to jail for pretending to shoot. Some people get off for actually shooting. The Superior Court panel agreed that the man's finger gun gesture had created a situation that made a bystander call the police and ordered Kishner to pay a $100 fine and court costs. Wow. I wonder if he get to trouble going, you know, hey, that's a yuppie thing, you know, ain't no rich man going to jail for that. Wow. A gun finger gesture can get you in trouble, get you charged with disorderly conduct. So all you people who like to walk by, okay, what about all the rappers in videos, you know, doing all that stuff? What about them? Should they be charged with disorderly conduct, or is that considered entertainment, taking into consideration all the stuff that's going on around them, stemming from videos with the killings and stuff? But anyway, whatever, man, you know what I mean? Just make sure you keep your finger to yourself. Revert back to childhood. Before you do so and do the gun finger thing, do this. Suck your finger, dude. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for tuning in. And also remember to subscribe and hit the notification button so you keep getting notified whenever I put up a new video. In the meantime, in the mean and between time, like we used to say back in the day, make it cool runnings. Make one.